All right, this show is completely dedicated to saving people's lives. Hey, there is a scam going around, and there's lots of scam artists offering the chance for somebody to become a best-selling author. And I'm going to lay out what this scam is today. And if you know anybody that's doing this, then make sure they see this video. Hey, I'm Ken. I used to be a homicide detective. I was a cop for over 15 years, and I got sick of it. When I found out I was going to become a dad, I needed to make a change. In the last 15 years, I've started 4 different businesses in 4 different industries, and they've made a lot of money. This channel is dedicated to showing people exactly how to build an 8-figure coaching business. Every single part of it. I love teaching people how to write books, how to get your books traditionally published, how to turn those books into 7-figure coaching businesses, and you're going to find all that information right here. Friends, as you guys know, I've been helping people to write books for literally 20 years, and I learned how to write books the right way from my personal friend and mentor, Mr. Nick Boothman. He's sold over 3 million copies of his books. His most famous book, How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less, has been on the New York Times bestsellers list, as well as 20 different bestsellers lists around the world. And it's freaking hilarious because no sooner did I get my first book to the USA Today bestsellers list did I start hearing more people than I've ever heard before claiming that they were a best-selling author. And so I started looking into this because every time I'd turn around, I'd meet somebody who said, oh yeah, I'm a best-selling author. I'm an international best-selling author. And I'd go, without saying anything to them, I'd go to Amazon and I'd look at their book. And there was just something that wasn't making sense to me. The book didn't have any reviews, or it had 5 or 6 reviews, but all the reviews were on the exact same day at the exact same time. And according to the statistics I saw on Amazon, the book was like in the millionth spot on a sub-obscure list. It was like brutally not a best-selling book. So I started digging into what happened and why that person was claiming to be a best-selling author when they really weren't. And you know what I found? It was a scam. It was a scam. Friends, here's the reality. Every day, hundreds, if not thousands of authors in the United States are scammed. And they're convinced that by writing a chapter in an anthological book, like a book with 20 authors in it, that it's going to be easier to become a best-selling author. So here's what's happening right now. There are gurus out there that are going to try and convince you to spend $5,000, $6,000, some of them even $10,000 to write a chapter in a book with a bunch of other people and one brand name person. And they say that because all these authors are writing this book together and everybody's going to be promoting it, it's going to become a guaranteed international best-selling book. So everybody toils away at writing their chapter and submitting them. And they come to the launch day, and you know what the scam is? On the launch day, they list the ebook in an obscure category, and they drop the ebook price down to either 0 or like 50 cents or 90 cents. And they get all 20 authors to buy a copy and ask everybody on their Facebook friends list to buy a copy. But they're not really buying books. They're getting them for free because the price is 0. And then they tell all the authors, all you have to do to be a bestseller is for your book to get into the #1 spot, even if, or anywhere in the top 10, even if it's only for a second. And so they tell the authors to watch very closely. They tell everybody to grab the books at the exact same time of day. And what happens is because the book is listed in a low performing category, everybody grabs these free books at the same time and it shoots up to the #1 spot. And you know what the scam artists say? They tell all these authors to take a screenshot of the book to prove to somebody that they're a best-selling author because it's in the #1 spot. But get the screenshot fast because it's only going to stay there for a couple seconds and it's going to drop back down again because it's all fake. It's artificially inflated. And it's like the craziest thing I saw ever happen is I know of a person, I won't name any names here and I won't call out any of the scam artists because I know who they are. But I saw one time that one of the scam artists convinced a friend of mine to let them publish the book and they would guarantee them to be best-selling authors. And I charged them $20,000 to edit the book and publish the book. And then when the book was launched, they made the book zero in the paleo diet category. And this was a leadership book. So it's in this obscure category where nobody ever publishes books. And they freaking dropped the book price to zero, and they blasted all over the Facebook fan homepage, like the profile, asking all their friends and family just to grab the book. It was free for the next hour. And guess what happened? In that leadership book in the paleo diet category jumped up to #1. And they took a screenshot of it. It went back down again right away because it was all artificially inflated. And the scam artist said, look, now you're an international best-selling author. And the person actually asked, why is it international? And he said, because the books were sold in Canada and America on Amazon. But they weren't sold. They were freaking free. Friends, if this has happened to you and you're starting to realize now from listening to this video that you got scammed, do yourself a favor. Do not refer to yourself as a best-selling author. Don't do it. Because here's what's going to happen. If you talk to somebody like me and you call yourself an international best-selling author, I'm never going to say anything to you. But what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to go to Amazon and I'm going to check your book title and check you out on Amazon. And if your book is truly a best-selling book, then I'm going to look at your reviews, and there's going to be hundreds of reviews on your book. And I'm going to look at the historical placements, and I'm going to see that in the past, it was for a long period of time in the top 10 of books. A best-selling author on any platform is somebody who dominated the top 10 spots in the listing at the full retail price of the book. Either the ebook selling for $9 or $10, or a physical book selling from anywhere from $15 to $20 for an extended period of time. That's a best-selling author. Or if you're on the USA Today best-selling list, or the Wall Street Journal best-selling list, or the New York Times best-selling list, those bestsellers lists are harder to manipulate. Now, there are people that are figuring out ways to manipulate the Wall Street Journal bestsellers list. Here's the scam that I heard there. The Wall Street Journal will actually award best-selling status based on Amazon rankings, but they will not do it if the book's given away for free. So what they do is they build a massive email list, and they convince you to put your book on Amazon and drop the ebook price down to 99 cents. And they send an email out to their list, and they say, if you bought this book for 99 cents, send us proof or receipt, we'll refund your money. And then they know the right email addresses at the Wall Street Journal bestsellers list to send an email off and say, hey, look at this book. It's in that top spot. So that does happen. It's sad to say, but it does happen. The only list that you cannot easily manipulate is the New York Times list. Why? Because the New York Times decides which books are the best-selling books based on information that is reported back to them by reporting agencies. They're registered reporting agencies with the New York Times. Now, we all know that Amazon is one of the registered reporting agencies, but the New York Times only credits 20% of the sales from Amazon. You have to have sales that are reported to the New York Times from at least 4 different reporting agencies. And the reporting agencies are mandated to a cone of silence. In other words, they're not allowed to tell anybody that they're a reporting agency. Now, we know Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Indigo in Canada, they're all part of them, but even some of the smaller independents are. And it's just, so it's really freaking hard to manipulate the New York Times list. All I'm saying to you guys right now is if you are coming across experts that are telling you they can get you onto the best sellers lists, and the strategy they're using is they're taking your ebook and they're dropping the price down to 0 or 50 cents or anything like that, and they're manipulating the categories and putting your book into an obscure category like paleo diet, and they put an orchestrated push on grabbing the book for free at one specific period in time so that it artificially inflates it up and you take a screenshot. That's a scam. And there's people like me that are going to hear you say that, and I'm going to go look, and I'm never going to say anything to you, but I'm going to think less of you. I'm going to feel sorry for you. I'm going to think one of two things. You either got scammed by somebody or you did it willingly and you're the problem. It's that simple. Look, friends, writing a book and being ethical about it can be one of the most important business decisions you ever make. If you write a great book and you give that book to a client and they read that book and they enjoy reading it, they're going to think more of you. They're going to think more about investing in your programs. If you're a speaker, you need a book. Most people booking speakers today are actually looking for speakers that are published authors. They look for that. You need a book. If you own any type of online business and you understand anything about funnels, you can use a book and a free plus shipping offer to give your book away and drive people into your products and services. If you're a coach, a consultant, a speaker, or any online business owner and you don't have a book, you're leaving tens of thousands of dollars a month on the table. And it all starts with writing an amazing book. If you'd like to know more about our 30-day writing challenge, click on the link in the notes. Check it out. It's $97. You can use this online system to write a book. And if you use that system to write your book, I'll be happy to tell you how to legitimately become a best-selling author. Anyway, I hope this helps. I hope this video got in front of people that have been scammed. And I hope some of those scammers that are out there that are doing to this people see this and they get a little bit nervous, because we're figuring it out and we're coming after you.